Right, welcome back, Delboy's Garage. Hope you're alright. Tonight is going to be a little bit of an unboxing. We have had a delivery, so le package est arrivé from sunny United States of Sacramento. It's some parts for the Hayabusa, which I've been waiting for about 4 weeks, which is brilliant. And I'll explain what that is in a minute. I'm going to do an unboxing and show you that. Also, we've got a video log today, just a little bit of a catch up, because we have a situation now. Like my friend Pete says, you know, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, like he says, he has a situation, and it's something like he can't get the lid off a tin of paint. But this is a real situation, it seriously is. We could be having to move again in under a year. So stick around, stay tuned, I'll tell you what it's about. Right, as I said, le package. Now I sent off for this about 4 weeks ago to a company in Sacramento. They were offering this option. What I need to do is, because of my old bones and the fact that I'm lazy and I'm not so fit anymore, I want to sit a little bit more upright on the Hayabusa, but I'm not putting straight bar conversion on it because I think straight bar conversions with the fairing, I think they just look a bit shit, really. They really do. You just need to lift up the saddle. On a Hayabusa you've got like a bolted on saddle that holds the clip-ons, and you can actually lift it up. Now there's a UK version which is a big block of aluminium and it's worth about £120, but I found this brilliant company in California doing it for £20 including postage. Can you believe that? 20 quid, it's about £15, cheap postage, but it did come by robo, which is why it's taken like 4 weeks. So here we are, it's here, we're going to unbox now. Now unboxing is a bit of a phenomenon at the moment. We've had my good friend NT8's been unboxing using a big Bowie knife, and my brother I think butters his toast with a parang, and so if you know what that is, if you don't know what it is, just Google it. It's like a big machete sword. And last time when we were unboxing I used a big 12-inch Tanto knife, but today I've got a knife for you. You've seen nothing like this. This is a knife for unboxing like you've never seen. Are you ready? Here it is. This is the baby Bowie, and it is for unboxing. I tell you what, my mate said, that's not a knife, he said, that's a pencil sharpener. Well, if you've seen Rock and Roller, look what you can do with a pencil. So here we go. Now, just gonna get into the box. It is a proper knife as well.
Sweet.
Proper little baby Bowie. See, and it even has a back holster, so you can hide it. Concealed weapon. Right, and here we go. Now what we got? Quite a smart box. Now all this is meant to do is raise up the top yoke. You get these 4 little steel or polished aluminum. That's actually alloy by the feel of it. You feel that, man?
Light.
It just weighs nothing. So these little slugs just go underneath and lift up a handlebar saddle. I'll show you what I mean. Come on over. On here,
Oops.
on a Hayabusa, you've got this affair, which is a separately, you might be able to see it just moving. This is like a rubber mounted saddle that comes across and it holds the clip-ons, and it's separate from the yoke itself, or the triple tree, whatever you want to call it. Now these 4 mountings here are the place that it bolts on. It's got like a little rubber mount and it mounts flush, and all you do is you put one of those under there and it lifts this up by 10mm, and it also allows you then to lift the fork legs up, well not 10mm, that's an inch I think. What is it? It looks more like 20mm, doesn't it? That's not an inch, is it? Well, I'll measure it in a minute. So that lifting up by that much doesn't affect the cables, it doesn't affect any of the wiring or anything, because it's only that much. How much it is? It's supposed to be an inch. It is, I didn't think it was. That is a full inch. So there we go. No jokes about what an inch is. Okay, so the other thing, now my mate, a special mate of mine, Dave Dyson, who's an engineer, said he will knock these up for me. He said he can just knock them up out of steel on a lathe. Yes you can, and I appreciate that, Dave, but the problem I found, I tried to short circuit this and try to get them just on my own, get my mate to make those and then buy the bolts, because obviously that's lifted, you need longer bolts to bolt the thing on with, and this was the problem, trying to find 12.9 torque Allen bolts ceramic coated, which these are with nylock. So, and the nuts are just nuts, but those bolts, the cheapest I could find those in the UK was about £4 each, making 16 quid. I paid 15 for the kit, including these, and about £9 for postage, all the way from California. So it's a no-brainer. I've got it there. So that's that cool. That's done, and I'm looking forward to biting them on. To make a little video of that shortly. The main point being that it's just another thing to do, and this brings me tenuously into the next thing. The Hayabusa prep, it can slow down a little now because we've got a month before I'm going to use it. It's the beginning of February now, and at the end of February I'm going to tax it. It's off the road for a month. In the UK, if you're in the UK, not me, we have a tax disc. The tax disc on the Bandit runs out at the end of February. I'm going to just use it up, and when that expires I'll retax the Hayabusa. So there's no point in having them both on the road at the same time. I shall take the Bandit off the road and put it on. So it'll be a month, and that will be on the road. Now there's another thing that's hit us. This is our situation. We rent this house, me and Penny, we don't own it, we rent it. We have a business, which is where our investments are, and our accommodation, we just rent it, and it gives us a bit of flexibility. The downside of that is that sometimes it's not permanent, it's not yours. You can't knock walls out, you can't do what you like, and also the landlords can ask you to leave. Now, this house was owned by an old lady who was in a home, and she has sadly passed away. And that's meant that the family want their inheritance, which is this house, and they've not to sell it. So we've been told that in the next 3 to 4 months they're going to sell the house, and we're going to have to move. Now it's not a bad thing. They've actually set out, they've thrown us a bone and said that the guy that owns this, he owns 2 or 3 other houses. He's quite a wealthy fella, and he's offered us a couple of other houses to look at. So it's not a problem. We're just going to have to move. It's just the logistics of moving. Now that brings us to project damage. Obviously, the last thing that you want to go doing is tearing a bike into a million bits all over your garage when you know you've got to move in a couple of months. So the project for the Bandit will probably just be backburnered, just for a minute. And I really mean it, just for a minute. I'm desperately keen to get into it. I may start just stripping stuff off it and getting rid of it, but I'll have to keep the bike as a roller. It's got to be a roller. I can't have it in bits where I have to cart engines around it. It's got to be something I can wheel into a van and wheel out again. I've got to take some time also to make some more space, because the next place we go to hasn't got the storage space of this, which is another issue. Now, the next situation is the trailer. Project Rat Trailer was 40 episodes, and it's a great piece of kit, but I'm going to use it probably once out of 52 weeks. So, I'm going to sell it. We are going to sell the Rat Trailer. So if any of you have watched the project and you feel that you might like the trailer, just drop us a PM, because we could talk. I'm not going to advertise it yet. I'm just going to put the word out. I've got a few people who are interested in it. I don't know what it's worth. We're just going to work out some costs and come to a deal, really. It's just a sum, you know, we'll come to a sum. So the trailer's got to just be sold, because I physically haven't got the space for it. It's got to go. When the new project comes in, that's another thing. So that's the project. Now, the final thing I want to say tonight is about a very special mate of mine. If you remember the trailer towing video and the one after, there's a guy that was with us called Duke Dyson, and his name's Dave. He was on the black SV1000. Now, Dave is a friend of mine, and we ride together. He's one of the Idiot Collective. We go out playing in the sunshine, and he's made a video recently, and I just want you to go and see it. I want you to see it. Now and again, I do, just not very often, I just say go and check this person's channel out. We'll do this. So I'm just going to put his name up here. Duke Dyson, that's his channel name. Subscribe to his channel. He doesn't do garage stuff a great deal. He is an engineer. He's a very clever and competent fella, but he doesn't do the kind of Delboy's garage thing. He's not into what we do, but his video editing skills are legendary. I want you to go and watch a video. He's just made this video. It's cheekily called Metallica, Nothing Else Matters, which I don't know how you get away with that, but I think you can get around it on licenses and so on. Go and check it out. Go and watch it. I'm just going to put a link to it here. Go and watch it. It's an amazing video. It shows what can be done with editing. It's a good, I think it's 3 or 4 cameras are used and a couple of days to edit that, and it shows. It really does. So I want you to go and see that video. I want you to watch it. I want you to comment on it. I want you to stick a like on it. I want you to subscribe to Dave's channel, because he's a good mate. He's one of the collective, and I think we should spread the love. So there you go. That was all for now. Just a little bit of a catch up. Hayabusa is still going forward. Got to fit that. Bandit's going to sadly have to go on the back burner for a minute, but I will start stripping and getting things ready, and the video logs will come shortly. That's the other thing. We're going to do the video logs. That's the next thing. I've got a camera, which we know, and I've got the helmet microphone now. So that's all in place. I'm just going to get rigged up, do some practice with it. The microphone came courtesy of a very special friend, and you know you are, mate. So thank you for that. And once I get used to it and I can get proficient, get it all working properly, we'll do some good stuff with that as well. So there you go. That was all it was about. Thanks for watching my drivel. I appreciate that. Ride safe. See you next time.